Alright, guys, second video of the day. This is the Wolfman review of the Deadpool movie and Batman v Superman. So, um, if you guys have not seen either one of those movies, do not watch this video. There are spoilers. So, spoiler alert right now. I will be releasing spoilers for both movies. Um, So, if you don't want to see any spoilers, you don't want to know anything about the movies because you haven't seen them yet, get out of here now. So, the first movie I'm going to be reviewing is Deadpool, the Deadpool movie, which was which was absolutely fucking amazing. Um, Forgive me for not being in full view of the camera right now. I'm doing things. Um, so, the Deadpool movie was fucking amazing. It was perfect. The only thing they missed out on was two things, and that was the fact that Deadpool has a secondary inner voice. He has two voices in his head. Depending on who's writing him, he has anywhere from one to two voices. Now, this happened during the process of the Weapon X program. Um, when he was put under extreme stress to the point where his mutation started, that was injected into him because of the Weapon X program. He got his healing factor from Wolverine, and his was a little bit stronger than Wolverine's after everything had happened for it. But yeah. So from there, they got a lot of them. They've got a lot of the movie very accurate. Like, I mean, extremely well done. Um, it's rated R. They have a lot of excessive language. It's definitely not a kid's superhero movie. There's a scene in there where uh, Colossus and Deadpool and Negasonic, the teenage nuclear warhead or something like that. I can never remember her full name. I just remember Negasonic. But Negasonic and Deadpool are off to the side, and they have this chick. She's, uh, as stated in the movie, the less angry Rosie O'Donnell. Um, Deadpool looks at Colossus. Hurry the fuck up and finish fucking her ass up. And Colossus busts out language, and Deadpool replies with, "Oh, suck a fucking cock." Yeah, lots of excessive language in this movie. But that's Deadpool. That's the way Deadpool is. Deadpool doesn't give a fuck. Deadpool breaks the fourth wall. There's actually a part in there where they do a fourth wall break inside of a fourth wall break. And Deadpool is just bust out like, that's like 16 walls. It's fucking great. Like, it has the proper amount of action and comedy and fourth wall breaking. It is perfect for what Deadpool is. Like I said, they did miss out on two things. I only brought one thing up, the fact that they missed out on the two inner voices in Deadpool's head. The second thing is when Deadpool was about to die, because yes, Deadpool did technically die. Wade Wilson technically died. When Wade Wilson died, that's when his mind fractured and he became Deadpool. He also met Lady Death, the complete and utter embodiment of death itself. And Worm was about to die. And that's what brought him back. Ajax was about to kill Worm, and Deadpool came back. Deadpool's like, no, I can't let him die. I'm coming back. They actually have a fan film for the death of Wade Wilson, which is the origin story to Deadpool. If you want to go check that out on YouTube, just type in the death of Wade Wilson. It's a fan film, so it's not the best quality, but it is extremely accurate to the comics. Um, so, in conclusion, for the Deadpool movie, it was excellent. I definitely recommend going see it if you are a Deadpool fan. If you are a fan of Marvel and you like what they've been doing, then you might not necessarily like the Deadpool movie too much because it is not a Marvel movie. As I've stated in other reviews that I've done, um, any part of the X-Men franchise, which means Deadpool, Colossus, Negasonic, Wolverine, Cyclops, any faction of the X-Men are owned and operated by Fox Studios. It's the same with the Fantastic Four. Now, um, on the other hand, um, whereas Fox owns the rights to Deadpool, the Fantastic Four, and X Men, Marvel owns all the rights to what they're doing now, along with Disney. Disney bought out half the rights to Marvel. So most of the Marvel movies that you're seeing nowadays are Disney movies. You have to remember that. So a lot of them are kid oriented. Now, yes, they do have some adult language, but they are still meant for target audiences of children. Lots of kids nowadays don't give a damn about language. Most of the parents nowadays don't give a damn about language either, so they probably had a lot of kids in the Deadpool movie that should not have been there. Okay, on to my next review. The Batman v Superman movie. Now, that movie was good. It was fucking fantastic. Ben Affleck, I had my doubts in the beginning, but then seeing pictures, seeing trailers and everything, my doubts went out the window. And then I saw the movie, and it is not what most people think for superhero movies nowadays. Man of Steel was kind of what people were expecting it to be. Batman v Superman was nothing how I expected it to be. I knew half the stuff that was going to go on in the movie, and I still didn't expect half of the stuff I saw. It's a mixture of comic and modern day. Because this movie was based off of the Frank Miller The Dark Knight Returns books, comic books. So they had two animated movies released based off of these. Now they actually have 3 different epics in the Frank Miller verse. That's not including, I want to say year 1. Or yeah, it's year 1 because year 0 was zero year was written by someone else. So you have year 1 of Batman, then you have Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder All-Star series, also written by Frank Miller. Now that one was trash, complete and utter trash. Batman Strikes Back, Batman Strikes Again, which is technically the Dark Knight 2. Even though it doesn't have Dark Knight in its title, you have The Dark Knight Returns, Batman Strikes Again, and then The Master Race. The Master Race is the 3rd installment in the Dark Knight series that Frank Miller's writing. Now, the Frank Miller verse contains quite possibly one of the greatest Batman stories ever, which is The Dark Knight Returns, which is what this movie was based off of. Now, they took a lot of stuff out, but they also put a lot of new information in that you're getting in here. Now, the next Batman movie that they're planning on doing is Batman Under the Red Hood. Now, that movie, that's going to be the new solo live-action movie. And in the Batman v Superman movie, there's a scene that shows, and a lot of people have talked about this. This is why they're saying The new Joker is not the Joker. He's Jason Todd, or he's this person, or he's that person. If the new Joker's anybody, it's Dick fucking Grayson. Because in the second installment of the Dark Knight series, Batman Strikes Again, it's Dick Grayson is the fucking Joker in that series. And I mean, granted, it's not that strange considering Dick Grayson's held the title of the Joker. Jason Todd currently holding a title that the Joker held in his first Leagues of Crime, as dictated by The Killing Joke. Now, if that's what you want to go with, go ahead. But even the Joker in that comic states, if I'm going to have a past, I prefer it to be multiple choice. Sometimes I remember it one way, sometimes I remember it another. His words exactly. Not in that order. But if the Joker is not the Joker in the new Suicide Squad movie, then it's because it's Dick Grayson. But it's the Joker because we're getting the all-star Batman Robin the Boy Wonder Joker, which had a huge dragon tattoo on his back. So the Joker at some point did have tattoos. You're getting the third version of the Joker. You've had 4 total live-action versions. Cesar Romero, who played the jokey, really comic booky version, I don't necessarily count him too much, but he did do a good job for what he was playing. So the 3 live-action adaptation movie-wise Jokers, besides the old school Adam West movie Batman, are Jack Nicholson, who played the gangster. He did a great job with the gangster. Heath Ledger, my personal favorite for right now, version of the Joker, who played the anarchist. Now you're getting the third installment, which is the psychopath. That is what Jared Leto is playing. He is playing the psychopath. He is playing the most twisted version of the Joker to date. And personally, I love it. I love the look. I love everything about him. Then again, I'm a diehard Joker fan, and I know a lot about the Joker. So, for those people out there who don't like this version of the Joker, they're more used to the Mark Hamill, Batman the Animated Series Joker, or the Joker from the comic book. They're not familiar with the Joker from the comic books. They're familiar with the Joker from the shows, from TV, from movies. They're not used to the comic books. So I can't blame them for not liking this new version of the Joker. But at the same time, they're not giving him a chance. So, open your mind. Just let things sink in. I guarantee you, if you like comic books, you're going to love this new version of the Joker. Anyway, so here's a spoiler for Batman v Superman. You're going to get a glimpse of Aquaman, Cyborg, and the Flash. Two different visions of the Flash in the movie. The first one comes while Bruce is looking at the metahuman archive that he stole from Lex Luthor. And you see Gal Gadot also plays Wonder Woman. She plays a major part in the movie, and it's fucking great. The second one is the second part for the Flash. Well, the first part for the Flash is you see him on a video camera. He looks over. He's dressed in normal everyday clothes, and all of a sudden he speeds, knocks out a robber, goes back to his spot before the door even closes, picks up his basket, goes check out, and leaves. The second part is the Flash comes in while Batman's sleeping, and he looks up and he goes, Bruce, you were right about him. You were always right. You should fear him. Yada, yada, yada. Bullshit. Oh my god, am I too soon? No. Yada, yada, yada. But yeah, it's really fucking interesting. Like, they put a lot of thought. This movie is very well thought out. And you can tell it's very methodical. And it's not that cheeky, funny Marvel superhero movie that people were expecting it to be. So, it's nowhere near rated what it should be. It's an amazing movie. Almost straight out of the fucking comic books. Fucking amazing movie. But a lot of people didn't like it because it's not what they were expecting from a superhero movie. It was a fuckload more serious than any other superhero movie. Like, there was no comedy in it at all. It was straight serious all the time. And that's what made it a great movie. Like, because whenever you think Batman v Superman, you don't think these wisecracks. You don't think these little funny quips that most superheroes give while fighting. No. Whenever I think Batman v Superman, I think destruction. I think Batman cheating. I think Superman beating the piss out of Batman. I think Batman trying his damnedest to, again, cheat and win. Like, and that's what this movie gives you. Batman's a cheater. He always has been. He knows it. He admits it. Batman has literally stated in the comic books, Wonder Woman has asked him, why do you always talk down to Superman? Batman turned to her and said, because, Diana, Superman can crush my head, can give me a lobotomy with his laser vision, but deep down, Clark's a good person. And deep down, I'm not. Batman knows he's a bad person. Batman's willing to do whatever it takes to win in that situation. The only thing he's not willing to do is kill. And that's a complete load of crock for any true Batman fan. If you're a true Batman fan, you know Batman has killed and continues to kill to this day. There's too much collateral damage with a lot of what Batman does, and it kills people, and people refuse to admit that. But Batman has killed. Issue number 1 of Detective Comics before it became DC. Issue number 1 of Batman. Batman hung a guy by the neck from his bat plane and flew off into the sunset and said, well, maybe he's better off this way. And that was before he blew up the truck that 2 people were driving that he abducted this guy from. Now, granted, they were bad guys. Read the comic. Or go on to YouTube. Look up Variant Comic. Comic Storian or Comics Explained. They all give details. At least if I remember correctly, all 3 of those give details to how many times Batman has actually killed. Now, if you go into the movies, there are a fuckload. Like George Clooney with his bat nipples. There's just so much. So, I'm going to bring this video to an end because it's getting a little long and it's going to take way too long to upload. So, as always, stay beautiful, YouTube, and talk to you later.